Well, hey, Book World, I am so excited to see you today. I wanted to jump on and talk a little bit about Instagram. Now, this morning I was knocking out some really awesome content for our upcoming Instagram course for authors, and I wanted to take just a little break and jump in here and talk with you about why it's so important for you as an author to be on Instagram every single day. Now, I know I'm already getting some objections, and I get that. You're busy, you don't have time for a lot of things, but I'm going to tell you this much. Social media only takes as much time as you make it take. Social media is not actually that hard to use, especially if you are planning well and making the most of your time. So today I have 3 tips for you for making the most of your time within Instagram. So, before we get started, I want to take just a minute and talk about why it is so important for you as an author to be within Instagram in the app every single day. So stick with me here. Let's pretend you are a business owner who owns this fabulous boutique in town. It's a brick and mortar building, and clients come in and out of your store and they buy things. So let's think about this. What happens if you only open your store once a week, every 2 weeks, once every 2 or 3 days, but you don't really have a set schedule? No one knows when your business is open, so it's hit or miss when they find out if you are going to be there or not. Now, if clients don't know that they can access your store and buy your goods, they're probably not going to waste their time hanging out to see if maybe you'll be open and maybe you'll have content. Now, what happens if you open up for the day, you put out something new to show your clients, and they walk in and all of a sudden you walk away? You're no longer in your building. It's open, you've put out your open sign, you've got stuff going on, but you are not in the building. What happens when they have questions, when they want responses to their comments, when they have something they need to discuss with you and you're not there? Well, it's one thing if you just pop in the back and then you come out and you answer questions, or at some point you're there and you're answering their questions, but if you're just gone, are they going to come back? Probably not, because you don't have very good customer service. If you're not there for them, if you're not available to them, and if you're not responding to them, that's not a store that they're going to stay in. Think about it. When you go out and you're shopping or you're in a restaurant, if the people there that are working there start ignoring you, do you want to go back? Do you care about going back to that store? Even if they have some cool type of thing that you want to buy, if there's bad customer service, you're not going to waste your time. You're going to go somewhere else. So this is going to be like you and your online platform, because you have to remember your author brand right now is solely online. Your store is your website. They get to know you through your blog, and they talk to you through your social media. But if you're not there, if you're not present and active within whatever platform that is, they're going to see that as bad customer service. You are not representing yourself well because you're not there to interact with them, to talk with them, or to work with them. And if you're not there to work with them, there's no point in them staying, because they can find another author one click away. One click away, they can find someone who is actually within the app talking to their people and commenting on things. So why is it that we find it so hard to get on social media every single day? Well, I'm definitely one for social media. I'm very pro social media, and I talk about social media a lot. And social media for me is very fun, and it's not time consuming, even though I'm managing my accounts and other people's accounts, and I'm doing all this stuff within social media. So let me give you 3 tips for making the most out of your time within the social media, and it's going to take you less than 10 minutes a day. In fact, 10 minutes is probably pushing it. So here's what's going to happen. The first thing I'm going to recommend to you, our very first tip, is to spend 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening in your Instagram app. Now, we want this to be a little bit flexible. It doesn't have to be at a specific time every day, but it should be about the same time frame. Once early in the day and once later in the day. Now, your objective when you're in the app during these 5 minutes and 5 minutes is to make the most out of your time. You want to get in there and check your comments. So if people have posted things on your pictures, you need to respond to them. If you have questions, you need to get those answered. And you also need to be making the most of this time by going to other people's social media sites. So jump onto their Instagram. If you have a book blogger who's constantly commenting on your page, if you've got an author friend who has something new out, you should be getting into their pages and commenting so that it's not just a take relationship. You want to be giving as well. So jump onto their pages and support them within this 5-minute and 5-minute time frame. Now, does that mean you have to limit it to 5 minutes and 5 minutes? Of course not. If there's a lot of stuff you have to do and you're comfortable with having more time, go for it. If you can spend more time and answer more people and respond to more people and interact with more people, that's going to do better for you. But if you're busy, that's okay. Hit what you can when you can and come back later. So if you don't have that 5 minutes in the morning, make sure you work it in later in your schedule. At least twice a day, I would be checking into your Instagram account so that you're commenting on your people's posts and you're commenting and responding to their comments on your posts. So tip 1 is 5 minutes, twice a day, check in. Set those limits. If you have a lot of people commenting on your posts and you only have 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night, that's okay. Set the limit. 5 minutes and you're done. And then you can either handle it by going through your feed and picking the ones that you should respond to, or you can just work your way through the list and as far as you get is as far as you get. Either way works, as long as you are making that commitment to at least 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening to double check and interact with those fans. Now, my second tip for you is going to be how often you are posting. So you want to be posting at least once every 2 or 3 days. You don't want to draw it out longer than that because let's go back to our store example. If you are a store and you're never open, people are going to think that you are not there. So if you are not visually active on this platform, if you are not in Instagram where people can see you're commenting, responding to things, and posting things, they're going to assume that you have given up this platform. I know if I go to an author's page and they haven't posted anything in 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, I'm going to assume that they no longer use this platform. They're not active in this platform, and therefore it's not going to be of any value to me. So you have to be active within this platform. So every 2 to 3 days, you should be posting a new photo on your Instagram page. Do you have to wait 2 or 3 days? No. If you can post once a day, that's even better. But I definitely wouldn't go longer than 3 or 4 days without posting because people are going to start to think you are not present there. And if you're not present there, why on earth should they be present there? So when you are posting, you want to be very aware of when you're posting and how you're posting. So 2 to 3 days is a good time frame for your photos. If you can do more, you should. Now, I am going to tell you this. Here's a little pro tip for you. With the new algorithm on Instagram, they are prioritizing relevant content. So what you want here, your goal here is to get people to interact with your posts. You want favorites and you want comments. These are important for Instagram to know that you are valuable and you're giving valuable information to people. So if you're posting more than once per day, people's attention is going to be divided between your 2 posts. So if you post once in the morning and you post once in the afternoon, some people are only going to comment and like this one, while other people are only going to comment and like this one. You want them to be commenting and favoriting everything you do to raise your status within the index on Instagram because of the algorithm. So once a day is pretty much what we suggest for posting these things because that means everybody's likely going to see that particular post and they will like that post instead of splitting their attention on likes between your posts. So once a day is definitely a good place for you to be. If you can be posting once a day, you are set. You should definitely be doing that if you can. If you can't, if you don't have the content, if you don't have that time, once every 2 to 3 days should be your priority, and that should be something that you work into those 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. So if it takes time away from commenting or responding to comments, that's okay. Remember, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening, that's 10 whole minutes. Between that 10 minutes, you should be able to get any posts in that you need to and any responses that you need to, and go to other people's pages and be playing around on their page, commenting on their things, and giving them a little bit of Instagram love. So set those limits for yourself if you need to. If you need limits, 10 minutes a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and then move on from there. If you don't need a limit, if you're going to survive without a limit, go for it. Spend as much time as you can and want to within the app so that you are active. That's what people are looking for. They want active authors so that they know that they will be social with them when they are commenting, when they are liking, when they are posting things, when they are tagging them in things. They know this person is going to interact. You want to be that person. Be the person who interacts. So if you need your time limits, 10 minutes. If not, just go for it. Now, my last thing I want to talk about today is analytics. Once you are established within Instagram and you have your time limits for when you are interacting with people and when you're posting things, you need to be aware of what is working for you and what is not working for you. So analytics are going to be such a huge thing for you. And if you know anything about Instagram, you know that they don't really give us analytics. There's no way to jump on to the app and find our analytics. So this is where third parties come in. And I actually have something really amazing for you today. One of my mentors recently introduced me to a website which is a third party that gets into my Instagram and gives me my analytic content for my Instagram. Now, not only does it let me see my analytics, but it also lets me interact with other people's content through the website. So you know with Instagram, it is an app based solely on your phone or your iPad or whatever. You can't get that on your computer. You can click on the Instagram website and you can see your feed, but that's it. There's no interacting. You can click the little favorite button and that's it. If you go to this website I'm about to tell you about, you can go through your content. You will see your analytics, you will see what other people have commented, and you will be able to respond to them directly from that website. That means it saves you time. You don't have to type with your thumbs. You can type with all of your fingers, and it's going to go faster. Now, there's a lot of other benefits to this too, which I'm not going to tell you about right now because I actually have a brand new tutorial for you, which we dropped today. So if you jump up to our title above this video, you are going to see that there is a link in the title. And in that link, you are going to be directed to the tutorial for this website that I'm telling you about. The website is websta.me. It is websta.me. And it's an amazing little website. I highly recommend it. I love it. Right now it's totally free to everybody. And it's got some really cool stuff. Now I know right now it's under construction. So once Instagram stories hit, they actually pulled everything down and they started working on some stuff. I'm assuming because of Instagram stories. And I would assume that they're actually going to be adding some of this to their analytics site. But for now, you still have access to what you need with your analytics for your normal Instagram page. So definitely check it out. It's a 17-minute tutorial video where I actually screen grabbed my computer and I'm in the website showing you, clicking on buttons, showing you how you can reply, showing you how you can get to other profiles. You can do pretty much everything from this website other than post photos. So you have to still post your photos from your phone, but you can tag things, you can reply to things, you can do other things from your website. Now, I'm so sorry about the phone. I definitely forgot to unplug that. But anyway, check out the tutorial. It's up in the top. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Remember, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. You want to be posting every 2 to 3 days, and you want to be checking your analytics because that's going to tell you what works best for your Instagram page. I can stop yelling now that my machine stopped. Sorry. So you want to get into your analytics because it's going to tell you what. Thanks, Lissa. Thanks. I appreciate it. Lissa's commenting. Thank you. Yeah, I hear you. So your analytics is going to tell you what's working best. So what type of content your fans like to see, what they're interacting with the best, what they're commenting on, what they're liking, how they're interacting. It's going to help you figure out what type of content you should be focused on because some things are going to work for you and some things aren't going to work for you. And in the process of going through all of this, you want to spend your time the most effective way that you can. So once you know what works for you and what works for your fans and what engages your fans and gets them to respond, then you can spend those 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, or however long you have decided to do this, focused entirely on what's going to work best for you. So, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have found this helpful. 3 tips for making the most of your Instagram time, and the fact that you need to be in there every single day, because if you aren't in your Instagram app every single day, making some kind of visual connection with people, whether it's commenting on someone else's profile, responding to your comments, or posting new content, if you are not there, people are going to think that you are not a part of that app, that you're not a part of that platform. And when you're not a part of that platform, if you're not active in your page, they will not be either. So it's super important to take the time. This is your business. You have to remember, you are an author and you are a creative, but more than that, the second you sign your manuscript away, or the second you publish your manuscript, the second that it goes out there to the world, you are a business professional. You are making money from this. This is earning you an income. And if you do not treat it like a business, then it's a hobby. And why are you doing it if it's just a hobby? There's no point in going through the whole publishing process if you're just doing it for fun. So if you want this to be your job, if you want this to be extra income for your family, if you want to build this up so that you don't have to do that dreaded day job, you need to take it seriously. And taking it seriously starts with being active in your social media and in your marketing strategy. So take this, do your best, tag us in your comments. When you are posting these pictures, when you are posting these comments, tag us in them. We love to see that. If you want to jump onto our page and comment us, that's awesome. That shows people that you are actively engaged in what you are doing and that you are actively engaged in this platform. So take the time, jump on, make sure you are posting, make sure you are commenting, and make the most of your time on Instagram, even if it's only 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. I'm KM Robinson of KM Robinson Photography and Reading Transforms. And if you have loved this tutorial, I have a bunch more on our Facebook live stream. Also on our YouTube channel where we have our RTTV, that's our Reading Transforms television episodes. We have tutorial videos, we've got marketing videos, and then we've got actual tutorials on our website. You can check out www.readingtransforms.com for more information on all of these things so that you can grow your marketing strategy and learn to brand your author brand even better than you were before. Thanks so much, guys. Stay inspired.